The government shutdown has stretched into another day, and as of today, there is still no end in sight. The Senate is not currently scheduled to vote on the measure that has failed to advance 14 times now. And just yesterday, President Trump put pressure on Republican senators at a breakfast meeting. He urged them to get the government reopened and scrap the filibuster, which requires 60 votes to advance most legislation. Meanwhile, Americans, they are feeling the effects of the shutdown as they travel throughout the week. The headaches are expected to rise tomorrow, because that is when the federal government plans to reduce airline traffic by 10% at 40 locations. FAA Administrator Brian Bedford says the reductions are driven by, quote, issues of fatigue that our flight controllers are experiencing. Regulators are focused on slowing traffic in specific markets and not the whole country. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned Americans about the inconvenience the reduction will create.
We have seen staffing pressures throughout our airspace. Those who travel will see that we've had more delays. We've had more cancellations. I anticipate there will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
All right, I want to bring in CBS News reporter Karen Hua, who joins me now from George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston. Karen, we know Houston will be among the reductions in air traffic. So how are airlines preparing for this change that's coming tomorrow?
So, Mugo, airlines are planning to gradually roll out this change, starting with canceling about 4% of their flights tomorrow, Friday, ramping up a little bit more over the weekend, and then by next week, they'll have canceled about 10% of their flights. That's really how they're hoping to balance all this out. Let's take a look at this misery map of the 40 airports that will be impacted across the U.S. These are 40 of the busiest airports. It includes Houston's Bush right here, but also other major hubs like Denver, Atlanta, all three airports serving New York City, and all three airports serving Washington, D.C. as well. The main goal, according to Trump officials, of making these cuts to the airspace is to alleviate pressure from these air traffic controllers that have been understaffed and also not paid since the middle of October. Not having enough air traffic controllers, of course, that is a safety concern for all flights coming in and out. Mugo?
Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow at those airports. Karen, thank you so much.